guys, so today I'm going to be doing my last uni update of this year. I don't know what number this is, I'm sure the title will tell you, but I think I've only done one uni update this entire year. I don't know why, I just haven't, and because now I've finished my second/first whatever year of uni, I thought I'd do another update. If you're not familiar with the situation, and if you are, I'm really sorry for having to go over this again, but I am at Manchester Metropolitan University, in Manchester obviously, studying business management, and last year I was doing fashion buying and merchandising at MMU. So I basically just changed course, I wasn't enjoying the one before. All the videos will be linked down below to tell you all the information you need to know. But basically this is my second year at uni, but my first on a different course. I feel like this is way too bright. So the first thing to tell you is I loved the course, and I'm so happy to be able to say that because this time last year I hated the other one. And when I did my uni update from last year, I remember being so down because of the fact that I hated it, and it was everything that it was just nothing to do with what I thought it was going to be at all, and I just hated it. So I'm so glad that I've had a really good year this year. I'm really glad I've enjoyed the course, and I'm so happy that I changed and I made that decision, because I think it can be a really difficult decision to make, and it was for me personally. Like, it was really hard to say to myself, look, you were wrong and you need to kind of like change it. It was really difficult, but I'm so glad that I did, because this year has been so good. I've enjoyed this year. I've got something in my eye. So anyway, I loved my course, I really enjoyed it. I did really well on it this year. I got some really good grades in my assignments. I got 90% on one of my assignments and 86 on another and 85 on another. I did really well, and it just showed how much I really loved it. It was something that I loved through A-level anyway. I always really enjoyed doing business, and I did it at GCSE too. I've always enjoyed it, and at degree level I've enjoyed it even more. I've really enjoyed what I've learned, and the thing is as well, with this degree I can go into anything that I want to, and as you guys know, I'm currently doing an internship at Estee Lauder's head office in PR, which has been really exciting. I've loved, but I could, if I wanted to, with this degree, I could go into so many different things, and personally for me that's just the best thing, because if I do change my mind again, or I do think, oh my god, I don't want to do that, there's not an issue, because the whole degree is so broad that it's just great. So I have absolutely loved my degree this year. I didn't like one of my units, however. One of the units was called Ideas, Creativity and Entrepreneurship, and for me that's just a bit fluffy. What I mean by that is it's not real. Like, it sounds really weird, but this is what I struggled with last year. I struggled with the fact that doing fashion buying and merchandising, it was very fluffy. It was a very fluffy subject. If none of you understand what I'm talking about, I'm obviously just talking rubbish, but it's a bit airy-fairy. And this was the same thing with this Ideas, Creativity and Entrepreneurship unit. As you can tell from the title, it was very like, think of ideas, broaden your horizon, be more like imaginative. I'm not really like that. I'm not that kind of type of person. I'm a much more mathsy person, like in my head, than I am like creativeness. So I didn't enjoy that unit at all, to be honest. I still did quite well in it, but it just wasn't one that I enjoyed. But I really liked the other three, so it was absolutely fine. And I don't have to do that one next year anyway, so we're all done with ICE for now. I get my results back at the end of June from my exams. I did 3 exams and I get those back at the end of June. So that should be very daunting. I'm not entirely sure how I've done on them, to be honest, but I did really well in my assignment, so hopefully it will like equal out and be fine. But I will talk about that in my weekly vlog when they kind of arrive. So end of June, keep your eyes peeled. Also, one thing that I was really worried about, and I think I mentioned in a uni video last year at some point, I was really worried that I wasn't going to make new friends on my new course. I don't know why. I was just a bit like, I've already been here, I'm not going to be in freshers as much, stuff like that. I was really worried I wasn't going to be in halls. However, I've made a really nice group of friends on my course. I really like them. I don't know, we've really got on really well, especially towards the end of the year. We've become really close, and I don't know, I think that's really nice. So that's one thing that I'm really happy about, is the fact that I have been able to form friendships on my new course, which is just really nice, because I was really worried at the fact that, because I wasn't in halls, I wasn't doing freshers as a fresher, that it just wasn't going to be the same. But yeah, I've really managed to make a good group of friends, so I'm really happy about that. However, not talking about the course, the year as a whole has been really good. Like, my year has been fab. I've really enjoyed it, and yeah, I've just had a good year. Personally, happiness wise, the whole year's been great. However, one thing I will say, and I've said this before, I 100% did not make the most of last year, or the year just gone, being in Manchester. I just think I was at uni. My first year I did so much. I just went out all the time and whatever and acted like a proper student. This year I didn't, and I don't know what was wrong. but I didn't. And basically one of the reasons, I've said this before in a Q&A, is because the friends that I lived with last year, basically we were already friends in first year. We were like the best of friends. So when in first year we would meet up to go out and stuff like that, like because we lived in different halls, so we'd arrange things. Now when we lived together in the second year, it was almost like we lived together, so we don't have to go out and do things, and no one really made an effort, and it just had multiple issues with the fact no one made an effort, and also with the fact that I don't feel like I made the most of the year. Towards the end of this year I really have. I've gone out more, I've done things more, whatever. Next year, I'm going to live it like a proper student. I've said this to myself because really I've got an extra year. I'm going to just count last year off. Not with the uni part, not with the happiness part, but the fact that I really felt like I didn't enjoy Manchester as much as I should have. I didn't do stuff enough, just everything like that. Because I lived in Fallowfield this year as well, that's kind of a bit further out. It's where the majority of students live. And next year I'm also living in Fallowfield, but I'm living with a different group of friends, and I feel like it's going to be a bit more exciting and upbeat and that type of stuff. I think as well, because obviously I lived in Fallowfield and I drive to places, so then I wouldn't like do things. I basically wouldn't drink because you drive somewhere, or then you'd be like, oh, we'll just go somewhere around the corner because, you know, we want to have a drink and we can't bother to go into town, whatever. And it was just excuses after excuses, and I just really want to make next year a lot more exciting, a lot more studenty, and just not as boring. I can't wait to go back in September for that reason as a whole. I can't wait to get back into studying, even though I've only been out of it for like a month or so, and I am keeping myself busy with doing this internship this summer, and I'm really enjoying doing that. But I really do enjoy studying, and I'm enjoying getting back to the uni lifestyle in September and living in my new house, and yeah, it should be really good. A lot of you have been a bit confused about the house situation, even though I did mention it. In my weekly vlog a couple of weeks ago, I was moving out of my house, and everyone was like, why are you moving out of your house? Why aren't you going back in September? Normally at uni, like, you move to different places year upon year unless you live with exactly the same people in like the same house for like your 3 years. So in halls, obviously your first year you move out and move into normally a house or a different flat or whatever you want to. Some people do move back into halls, but I personally haven't. I lived in a house with my 4 friends from last year, and basically 2 of them are on placement year next year, so I'm not living with them, and one of them isn't on a placement year, but she was going to go on a placement year, and so I'm not living with her, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of the situation. So I am living with one of my friends from home, who is called Claire, who I've mentioned quite a few times, and she's my friend from home, but she's also at uni with me, if that makes sense. So we're living together with a group of loads of other girls, so I'm really excited about that. I'm just really excited to have like a next step, and yeah, I don't think I would have wanted to live in that house for the next 2 years, honestly, but yeah, so hopefully next year will be, I don't know, really exciting. I'm really excited for it. I don't know what to expect. Obviously I'm going to second year and I've done 2 years of first year, so I'm excited to go into second year, definitely. I'm also kind of considering maybe getting a job next year. I had a job at uni the first year, and then the second year I didn't. I kind of focused a lot of my time on studying and on YouTube and stuff like that. But I don't know, I feel like because this summer I'm not earning any money because I'm doing an internship and I'm not being paid, which the majority of you would know, like internships just aren't paid. So I'm not getting money, whereas last year I had a bit of money to go back with me to uni, and so I feel like in the first couple of months of uni, like September to December, when you really don't have any work, and I know that people were a bit offended when I said that I really think uni isn't that difficult. These people were like, oh, it depends on your uni. That's fine. MMU, business management, ain't difficult. And yeah, okay, to get your really high grade, you do have to put the effort in. It's not hard. If you've done well in A-levels, you'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, I'm excited to do second year, see how it goes and stuff like that. But yeah, as I say, I was going to get a job. I'm thinking about getting a job from September to December. My only issue is, and this is my issue in first year, me and Broccoli see each other at the weekends, so any job that has shifts at the weekends I can't do, because obviously I'm not going to sacrifice not seeing him at all just for the fact of like having a job. I'll just spend less money basically. So yeah, it completely depends really, and I'll see. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to going back next year. This year has been fab. I have really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed the new course. I've really enjoyed everything about it. The tutors on that course have been so much nicer than last year. Tutors last year were horrible. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't feel like any of them knew my name or connected with me or anything. This year they were all so nice. They'd all offer you help. I went and spoke to like the head of the first year loads like this year with any questions that I had, and she was so lovely. Like, she was was really nice. She knew like information about you, she knew things about you, she knew your name, everything. They were really, really nice. I'd really, really recommend MFU Business Management if you are looking to do business management. But yeah, I think my only regret from this year is kind of not making the most of living in Manchester. And there's multiple reasons for that, but I just think next year I'm really, really going to have the best year, and I'm so excited for it. So that is the end of my uni update. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I thought I was going to blab on for ages, but I haven't really got too much to say. Just the fact that I've loved this year. I've really had a great year. As I've said millions of times, the courses have been great. Everything's been great, and me personally, happiness wise, the past year has been really, really good. I feel like I've really kind of like, it's going to sound so deep, but I'm really happy with like who I am, my personality, and I've really got a lot of confidence, and yeah, I just feel really happy. So yeah, the last year has been really, really great, and yeah, hopefully next year will be even better. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you'd like any more uni videos, please comment down below asking for them. I will try and leave all of the uni videos that I've ever done in the down bar, which I normally try and do when I do uni videos, or at least leave the uni playlist down below. So just go and check there first before you ask for videos, because obviously I've already done those ones, so I'm not going to redo them. I was going to do Is Uni Right For You video, so if any of you would like to see that, please comment down below, but I'm not sure how many of you would like to see it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will speak to you next time. Bye!